Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the hypothetical boxing matchup or MMA matchup or however you want to say it. I'm going to say boxing matchup between Tyron Woodley versus Hector Lombard. So these two were supposed to fight back like 2015, 2014, or were kind of supposed to fight. But I think Tyron Woodley, it wasn't Hector Lombard who played like the teammate card. It was Tyron Woodley and then eventually after that, he got a title shot. I don't know, there was a whole bunch of politics going around, but he basically did not want to fight Hector Lombard. Hector Lombard didn't hold it against him either. But Tyron Woodley was clearly the one who did not want smoke. Then, now, and forever. I think it's a bad stylistic matchup. At the given time, it was a horrendous stylistic matchup for Tyron Woodley. Probably even all the way throughout his career, a horrendous stylistic matchup for him. And then now, recently, like last year or the year before. Matter of fact, I think it was last year where they were kind of at some event and, some stuff was going on, backstory, and it kind of came to this surface. And then Hector Lombard was pressing Tyron Woodley at an event, and then Tyron Woodley just walked off. By the way, some beef between them. And Hector Lombard's trying to call out for that match and probably want to knock Tyron Woodley out again, back-to-back losses. Or probably, he didn't knock him out, but Jake Paul knocked him out. So he's trying to beat him to follow that up and knock him out again. But yeah, either way, Tyron Woodley don't want to fight him. It's probably not going to happen. Tyron Woodley's not going to say, oh, the money's not enough. You're not this, you're not that. Even though he can knocked out by YouTubers. And no disrespect to the guy, but the reality is the reality. Tyron Woodley don't want that matchup, so it's not going to happen unless somehow somebody puts some big money on it. But I don't think nobody hates Tyron Woodley that much to put him in that type of smoke. And Tyron Woodley not going to do it in the streets. He's not going to do it in the cage unless it's some big money that's not there for whatever reason. Like you got two retired guys. Hector Lombard really don't got no money behind him right now, as far as I know. And Tyron Woodley money, the best money he has behind him is getting knocked out by a YouTuber. So ain't no money there. And Willie's, I guess, smarter than that. He's gonna find a way to dodge, and people know he's scared about it. But either way, let's do the prediction. It's not backstory. Either way, bad stylist match for Willie. Hector Lombard has like extensive years boxing, like training boxing, actually being a striker in for the most part of his game, whereas Tyron Woodley started out his game as a wrestler, and he knocked out a couple people, never really evolved his striking game, only had 1-2. I just feel like Hector Lombard, power in both hands, doesn't need to telegraph and doesn't need to set it up. Better footwork, more subtle, and has been in there with some, training like with some legit world champions and holding his own, whereas Willie can't hold a candle to that. He getting knocked out by YouTubers. So it's just night and day. Willie's boxing and striking level is very much amateurish. Well, I won't say amateurish, but compared to the world stage and pure striking is pretty amateurish, as we have seen clearly in that last fight and in the first fight, whatnot. It's good for MMA, especially when you got that wrestling in his back pocket. But when you take away that wrestling, just like saying with Johnny Hendricks, you take away that wrestling and put him in the pure striking thing. You could clearly see that their striking is not world class in a pure striking setting. Whereas Hector Lombard has world class pure striking. I'm not gonna say he knows world champion, world beating in boxing or ever was, or kickboxing. He definitely is a guy that can at least hold his own and rise up some ranks, whereas Willie cannot, or definitely has shown not to be able to. And I think it'd be a case where, and also none of these guys have necessarily great cardio, so it's not a case like, oh, Willie gonna outwork him and do this. Willie does like 2 strikes a round, 5 strikes a fight. Hector Lombard though probably like 20 strikes a fight, but every strike got knockout attentions on it, and the guy not gonna he's gonna put you in a position where, yeah, you don't want, you yourself not gonna load up, because then he's gonna come over top, crack you, and put you in your butt. You're not gonna see it coming, or he's gonna kind of swarm you and just run right through you. So either way with this one, I think it'd be a case where if the fight does happen, now to the actual prediction, it's gonna be a case where Willie's gonna be down there doing limited strikes, and they're trying to, Lombard's gonna be pressuring him down. Willie's gonna kind of come with that right hand, try to crack it to him. Lombard's gonna see it, come over top, touch him, and put Willie into retreat. And Willie gonna constantly just be backpedaling, trying to explode these big shots, and Lombard constantly just cracking him and coming back with combination with his one shot. And then just walking Willie down, break him down, and put him away in the 4th round if it's a boxing match. I say 4th round for sure. And then start like this constant pattern, catch, counter, walk him down, jab, over the top, rip him to the body. Willie trying to tie up, but just getting broken down and not really having an answer. Then that 4th round, just a load, fold him up against the cage, or against the ropes. 4th round TKO for Hector Lombard. So in this one, I have Hector Lombard via 4th round TKO.